Quindi il prossimo Papa dovrebbe essere un italiano.
E perché no? Sono 40 anni che non abbiamo Papa italiano. 40 anni, Tommaso. Tu riesci a immaginare veramente un'alternativa?
Welcome to Cal's Cinema. This is Conclave. With Oscar season fast approaching, I thought it would be a good idea to examine some of the more prolific films that have been selected.
Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
Not that one, for awards fame. That is, if the Academy Awards have any prestige left at all, I don't know. Conclave is one such film that has a total of 8 nominations, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, and more. So is the hype that's built up around the papal thriller worth it? We'll look at that in this video, as well as giving Conclave the usual score out of 10. So stick around for that, and for more videos on Oscar contending films and everything else, I pray that you'll hit that subscribe button.
Amen.
The film, which was directed by Edward Berger and written by Peter Strawn, is based on the 2016 novel by Robert Harris and opens with the death of the current Pope. This is devastating to his right-hand man, Dean Thomas Lawrence, Harry Potter's Voldemort, and the menu's Julian Slowick, Ralph Fiennes. When one Pope goes, another one must be ushered in, and it's Thomas's responsibility to run the Conclave, a sort of election among the Cardinals of the Catholic Church to choose the successor to the Holy Father. There are 4 strong candidates even before the first round of voting begins, in Cardinal Tremblay, played by Blowout's Burke John Lithgow, Cardinal Bellini, played by the Lovely Bones' George Harvey Stanley Tucci, Cardinal Adeyemi, played by See How They Run's Max Malawan Lucian Masmari, and Cardinal Tedesco, played by Ferrari's Sergio Castellitto.
Fratelli Cardinali, si procederà ora al primo scrutinio. Troverete davanti a voi la vostra scheda elettorale. Sulla metà superiore è scritto Eligo in Summum Pontificem.
Without giving the plot away too early, having not read anything about Conclave beforehand, the film did not go in the direction I thought it would given what was set up in those early scenes. Or maybe I've just been watching too many of a particular type of thriller. It still manages to hold its tension for the length of its 2-hour runtime, and that's no mean feat given that it's mostly about a bunch of priests sitting around scheming about what way the church should be run.
I was just saying, Father, how I'm looking forward to discussing the social effects of some of the Church's thinking as regarding issues of personal morality.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Yes, I suppose it would.
Other notable cast members include Carlos Diehz in his breakthrough role as the mysterious Cardinal Benitez, and Death Becomes Her's Liesel, Isabella Rossellini. It's interesting that Rossellini has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress, given that she only has around 8 minutes of screen time, a lot of which, for her character Sister Agnes, are spent simply watching the other characters in silence. It wouldn't be the first time that an actor has won for a barely there role, but I don't know if Rossellini's performance is as memorable, or more accurately, if the role has even enough of an impact to warrant a nomination. But we'll see if Isabella can beat out wicked favourite Ariana Grande on the night, I suppose.
I hardly think a drop tray should concern the Dean of the College of Cardinals.
Even so,
The welfare of the sister is my responsibility.
and this conclave is mine.
The film is of course carried by Ralph Fiennes, who as Dean Thomas Lawrence gives a performance that is understated and nuanced. It helps ground the already realistic story and absorb the viewer into Thomas's stressful ordeal in conducting the conclave. Whether Fiennes deserves the Oscar is hard to say, especially as he has some tough opposition, but this is one nomination that I would agree with being picked out from previous year's performances. And right here is where I'm going to put a spoiler warning for how the conclave turns out. So if you've not seen the film yet and want to check it out, go right ahead and come back to this video, or stick around to see who will be the next pope. As each of the candidates in turn fall out of popularity as their secrets are exposed to the wider conclave, it becomes clear that a conspiracy of sorts is in place to ensure that a desired cardinal is placed on the papal throne. It may not exactly be spelled out, but the impression I got was that the late Pope knew exactly just how to weed out the corrupt or bigoted cardinals, and worked with Sister Agnes and her followers to bring Cardinal Benitez to victory. The reveal that Benitez is in fact intersex at first may seem like a random shock moment to include in the end, but it sheds light on the late Pope's more progressive attitude as opposed to some cardinals like Adeyemi and Tedesco.
He knew.
Yes, he knew.
And he thought it acceptable for you to continue as an ordained minister.
We considered surgery to remove the female parts of my body. But the night before I was due to fly, I realized I was mistaken.
In manoeuvring for Benitez to be confirmed as the next Holy Father, the Church continues to embrace modernity and likewise becomes more subjective to the female influence of the nuns. Thomas in the end is finally at peace with the realization that the right man for the position has been found, and in his own mind, God's will has been done. The final scene of the film, for me, seemed to confirm as much, with the Dean looking down on a group of happy nuns exiting the building. When compared with the anxiety he displays looking down at the cardinals on the first day of the conclave, the contrast between the power-hungry, scheming nature of the men of the film and the peaceful, passive energy of the nuns is clear. So, what's the verdict on Conclave? Well, for a film that relies only on its grounded setting, concise plot, and performances, the Catholic Church thriller delivers an oddly riveting watch that will have you on the edge of your seat for its 2-hour runtime. The film plays up both the ridiculous pomposity of the procedure of the conclave, while also keeping the stakes high by tying the election to the events of the world outside. Ralph Fiennes' performance is world-class as the burdened Dean Thomas Lawrence, and I don't think anyone could complain too much if he takes home the Best Actor Academy Award. As a whole, Conclave is an excellent political thriller transported to the church and gets a score of 7.8 out of 10. So, what did you think of Conclave? Are you a fan of thrillers set in the Vatican, or do you prefer your movies to have a little less religion? You can let me know in the comments, and as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and come back again to Cal's Cinema.